said, when they don't have a free will to even decide whether they want to be human or, like the human qualities. So how does that, how is that explained? They don't have any choices, any decision making.
Right. So remember, they didn't have to make any choices. They made their choice when they were coming down. That was their choice. So, okay, we will go there and we will be the example for the other humans. So they are playing their role perfectly. Think of a movie. So let's say the director says, okay, I'm going to make this movie. I need a hero, heroine, I need a side part, then I also need some standby people that you see in the restaurant, you see here and there. They're all playing their own role. But when the movie is over, they are back into their original, or whoever they were. Doesn't matter his name was what or her name was what. They're all back into their home in their original situation. They're no longer playing the role anywhere. So everybody is playing a role as they agreed to. So when movie was starting, a person say, okay, I'm okay, I'll be the one person who's going to have a 2 minutes part in this movie. Only thing I have to do is sit in a restaurant and be one of the guests in the restaurant, and that will be the entire movie, a 2 hour movie. My role is 2 minutes, and I don't even have to say anything. But the end, he gets paid. And then everybody, the more responsibility you take, meaning the main person, he takes the most responsibility that if I don't act correctly, this movie is going to be flop. And then nobody will make any money. He has responsibility for everybody in that movie. So all can make money. You see that? So he chose to be there and this person chose to be here. When this person goes away, doesn't matter movie was successful or not, he doesn't care. Because he had no part to play. But this person, you will remember. This person, oh, his movie was so good. Oh, he did a bad job. His movie was no good. You will remember him. We are those people. Like I said, even within Ismailis, then there are chosen ones who has responsibility for the rest of the Jamaat. Because we chose to, with our free will, said that we wanted to take Imam's true knowledge and we will work extraordinarily hard. We will have the extra curriculum so we can go above and we will take everybody with us. Ji.
What is the best way to share the knowledge, like you mentioned? It's upon.
Okay. Two things. Remember those steps that we were looking at those lists? First of all, you have to put a finger on those 12 steps. Are we at number 1, at number 2, number 3? Where are we? If we are at number 1, as a mustajib, we are the student, we keep roza, movement. Because right now you are just learning. But if you think you are at number 2, then you have a limited reason to give knowledge. But remember, when you're giving knowledge, and if you don't have all the answers, then you may get into a trap when someone asks you a question that you don't have answer. Then you will have doubts in your heart. Oh my God, how do I answer that? Do I have a right knowledge or not? At this point, there's two things you can do. One, you can say, good question, let me ask someone who knows, I'll get back with you. Or two, you can say, I know someone who can give you the answer, let me take you to him. There's two things you can do. But remember, at level 1, rosa, or being silent, because in the first grade, you have no saving, you're just earning money. You have no money to use, to give. So what do? Make sure you have a good bank balance. Your saving is going up. When you have enough money, then start using their money. Start giving them knowledge. Don't give them money. But you have to have some money to give. So where are you on those steps? And number two, remember you have a limited ism to give. So what is the limited ism compared to the complete ism? Limited ism is that you will tell somebody about the knowledge, and then you will say, if you have a question, let me ask and get back to you, or let me take you to someone who has the knowledge. That's the limited, that's it. You will not try to give more knowledge than that. At the number three level, which is the Mazun and Mutalak, you will say what? Go ahead and ask me the question. If I can answer, I will answer. If I can't, then I will take you to someone who has the answer. Do you see how the statement changed? And number three. And number four, which inshallah we all are, in the Farman of Imam, Da'iye Medud, we can go and tell people about the knowledge, but that's it. Remember, it's a Medud, it's a limited power that you have. So you are only representing the Imam at this time. And this representation is be a good human, be a good person. And believe me, when people see you guys in Jamaat, they already know there's something different in you than other people. They already know that just by looking at your face, the way you talk, the way you represent yourself. People already know that you are different than others. They already know that. So be a good role model for others.
Follow the ethical principles.
People will come to you.
People will come to you.
Who's looking for knowledge?
Exactly. So if you are in number four, now if you are in number five, which is a Da'iye Mutallak, then you are free to go and teach. But until then, you have to restrain yourself. Rosa is so important in this knowledge. If you don't have a saving built up, meaning enough knowledge, and little bit knowledge that you have, if you use that, you have nothing. What you have to have, you have enough knowledge first. Make your base strong. Your foundation, your concepts, your understanding so strong that nobody can shake you.
Because once if doubts enter in your mind, then whatever earning you had for yourself, you've lost that, and then you'll be giving doubts to others too. So it is crucially important that you become confident, like you are standing on the ground, firm ground, then only you can give knowledge. And that's why the word mazun actually means the one who has the permission to talk, the one who has the izn to talk. Until you don't have izn, you don't talk. So you have to wait for that ta'id to come to you to say that yes, I have the izn, now I can talk. Right? That is why it is very important that we among ourselves do a lot of discussion. The more you talk among ourselves, the more we are able to prepare
judge
yourself.
You are
You
able
get
to do
more,
it or not. You have to do it here.
you get more clarity that way.
Yeah.
Question and answer back and forth, right?
Yeah.
Between yourself.
So you don't have to necessarily have a degree like a scholarly degree to be in that.
No.
Not the worldly degree.
Not the
Worldly degree. But of course, spirituality, in spiritual aspects, you'll feel that you have some kind of izn, permission. That, in other words, what we say is that when you remember the Du'a Nur, the Nur from 16 direction, the Nur will sit on your tongue and talk. So it's not you who's talking, but Imam will help you to talk. Yeah, so that's another concept which we need to do, another dua.
Necessarily, you don't have to be like a REC teacher or have some kind of advising
nobody.
degree or anything like
No.
that. You can be on that level even without.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we can.
Yes. Remember, if Imam given everybody a title of Dai, they all cannot be REC teacher. Yeah, G. So we had another question from Kamri sir.
Yeah, I was hoping more questions. I was like worried about more questions, but okay, if there are no questions,
I have a question.
go ahead.
Okay.
So, जैसे आपने बताया कि the soul that comes down, जिनको मतलब responsibility है to share the knowledge and be responsible for other souls. So they have to answer those questions. And then जो handicapped है, they don't have to do anything. So what about the people that come to this world normal, they live a normal life, but halfway down, they turn into a handicapped person?
Same deal, because remember when they came down, everything that is going to happen to them is already been written. They already have a pre-planned role that they're going to play. So normal, handicap, normal, whichever way you want to go. Even the non-Muslim can become a Muslim, Muslim can become a Ismaili can come to this level of knowledge. All have free will, right? Remember free will? All the way. Think of Rumi. Think of Salman Farsi. Think of Pir Nasir Khusro. They were not Ismailis. Salman Farsi was not even a Muslim or the follower of one of the prophets. He was not Ahl Kitab. But look at how far he went. He became from Ahl Bayt. Do you see how far one can go? So human always have a free will to find their way and to elevate themselves. They always have free will. And in today's time, no one has any excuse because Imam is open and telling everybody, I'm the Imam. So even people from outside. Now come into the inside. Remember, we are not concerned about the outside people, we are concerned about the inside people. As an Ismaili, what excuse do we have? We have no excuse. We are with him from the day one until the end. We have no excuse. Right?
And then being Ismaili, if let's say if some Ismaili person gets sick, gets a terminal disease or becomes disabled, all these are actually callings. Believe it or not, these are callings, because whenever we have some kind of weakness, we talk to him more. Ruju Allah, we start talking to him, refer back to him, right? And all these tests are given to us to kind of draw our attention, because we were too much into the world. Something happens in our life to tell us, do you remember? Do you remember? So our body is weak, we are sick, we are disabled, we have challenges now much more than what we had in past. Meaning that Mawla is wanting our soul to pay attention to the real purpose of coming to this world. So as soon as we pay attention, we are passing our tests. So that handicap or that disability or sickness actually is a blessing from Mawla. So all the tests which comes on Ismailis, they are blessings of Mawla. Because what happens when we are tested? We start praying more. We start asking for His help, which we were not doing. We forget, right? We are human. My body is working, I'm earning good, I'm eating good. Why would I remember? I don't need anybody.
Lost in the worldly matters.
Lost in the worldly, yeah. So as soon as you become sick, you start praying more. Right? So that's a way of calling that, you get back to Mawla and start praying and start thinking of what you were not doing. Start raising your ranks. So Shukr Alhamdulillah that sickness came to me. Shukr Alhamdulillah that I was tested. That's how Mu'min will say. Never complain. Shukr Alhamdulillah. It's a blessing. That's why we say this dua actually. It's Surah Baqarah ki 155. 155 if you were to read, it says, the way we say dua, ki Ya Mawla Jaan, Mal, Al, Aulad mein barakat dena. And that's exactly the exams given in the Quran. That you'll be tested by these ways. So there are reasons. In our Jamaat Khana, everything is so meaningful because we have not studied this knowledge. We do not know why are we praying. Why did we need to say these things? एक ही दुआ मांग लेते मौला बरकत दे नहीं जान में माल में आल में औलाद में बरकत because there is a reason, because there are different kind of tests. So the test you are talking about is on jaan. What about mal? Financially loss ho gaya business. So all these different tests are given to us so we remember him more. Because we did not come to this world to make a family, have kids, make money, live in a good house.
And then die.
And then die. What was the purpose? Sultan Masha clearly says, right, that if you run after food and if you have children in the world, then it's like being animal. What is the difference?
What's the difference
between you and an animal? He says that. Literally says list by list. That if you go after a woman, Janwar does do same thing. If you have children, animal does the same thing. What is the difference between you and an animal? So we have to think like that. So these tests, they like shake us up. What happened? You kind of calm down. Where is my life going? And then you start reflecting. And then you say, oh Mawla, I'm missing you. I need you. And then Mawla says, let me hold your hand and take you to the right path.
Yeah, those are the lucky one who takes lesson from this kind of event. And then there are some people, something like this happen, for a minute they remember and then they forget.
They forget.
They lose their opportunity to learn from those lessons. They just lose it. And you see the whole time, right? Somebody dies in family, they all start to come to Jamatana. They start doing whatever, like next week, following week, they forget. That's it. They lost their one opportunity to get back to him. I mean, they lost whatever they lost, and they lost the opportunity too. So what they don't understand, they just lost two things, not one thing. Ji.
So if the destination is already, everything is written, then how does the free will come into play? If it's already written, this is what's going to happen. So how can we...
Yes, we can.
You want to tell the story of Luqman?
Oh, sure. Okay. I was not expecting this.
Yeah, but remember it's related to her question actually.
Yes.
So you want to
Okay.
talk, and then I think I'll let Khayal talk about it.
Oh, I don't know about the Kumar, but I was going to mention something else related to what we were talking about earlier about the different religions and,
Okay.
and it relates actually to last week's question. I think someone asked about which religion will be accepted and all the various religions, and you mentioned also we see so many different religions. So I think this verse is connected. You can confirm that in 548 it says, "For each we have appointed a divine law and a traced out way. That Allah will, He could have made you one community, but that He may test you by that which He has given you. He has made you as you are. So vie one with another in good works. Unto Allah you will all return, and He will then inform you of that wherein you differ." And so that verse clearly says that everyone...
Last line, please. Sorry.
Unto Allah you will all return, and He will then inform you of that wherein you differ. So He will teach you, He will tell you what to...
To answer your question, the free will. Yes, we came over here with our free will. We even have free will today. And we have free will to go even further. Or not to go further. And look at how much free will Allah has given us. So we all heard of Hakim Luqman. At the time of Hazrat Dawood, Allah sent an angel to Hakim Luqman and said that I'll select you to be my next prophet. And Luqman said, if that is your command and that is your wish, labbaik. But if I have my free will, I will request you not to put this heavy burden on my shoulder. And Allah says, if that is your free will, and that is your wish, then I will not. And He gives that prophecy to Hazrat Dawood alayhi salam. And in return, He tells the Luqman, because you are wise, I'm going to give you all the ilm and hikmat, all the knowledge and wisdom of the world. Hikmat kasir, abundant. तो आप देखें कि कितनी फ्री विल है इंसान के पास. इसका मतलब है कि हर आदमी, जिस तरह से नाचीज ने अभी यहाँ पर कहा कि this is your chance. If you don't want to take this responsibility, this is time for you to get up and go. Because the more further we go, the more responsibility we are taking on ourselves. So we can consider ourselves to be lucky one that we can become a manager and be responsible for the entire company, for the entire Jamaat. Or you can say, I don't want to take this responsibility. Free will has to be ours. Nobody can take your free will. That is your free will to where you want it to be. How increase. Another example I want to give is of Asiya. Asiya, she is the wife of Firaun, and Firaun was one of the top adulterer in his time against Musa. And meaning he declared himself to be Allah. And his wife, Asiya, she's such a great Momina that she is talking to Allah. And what is she saying to Allah? Oh my Lord, make me a home near your home in the heavens. You know kya ye dua kya hai? Does anybody understand this dua? कि मेरे लिए एक घर बना अपने घर के करीब जन्नत के अंदर. Allah is like a magnet and we are like a nails. You cannot be near magnet and not be one with it. कभी आपने देखा कोई नेल मैग्नेट के पास पड़ी हो? नहीं, मैग्नेट के पास नेल नहीं पड़ी होती, मैग्नेट पे चिपकी हुई होती है. It becomes one. So what she was praying? Make me fana fi Allah. Make me one with you. And Allah, when He mentions her in the Quran, what is He saying? I accept your prayer. देखो, this is a free will. कि एक काफर की बीवी वो अल्लाह के साथ एक हो जाती है. And then Allah gives second example in the next ayat or ayat above it. Said, look at the wife of Lut, one of the prophet. She was not a mu'mina, so she counted herself to be adulterer. वो काफर की बीवी है, she became one with Allah. ये पैगंबर की बीवी है, she became one with adulterers. Do you see? Free will. दोनों तरफ से फ्री विल का अच्छी एग्जांपल है फ्री विल की. जी. सेम थिंग विद नोआस वाइफ, शी वाज नॉट अ मोमिना. तो आप देखा एक पैगंबर की बीवी हो सकती है और एक काफिर की बीवी भी हो सकती है. बट आवर पॉइंट इज फ्री विल.
And you know, as a smiley, I want to point that too, that we do become sinful. It's not that we all are very pure, we make mistakes, but Allah is so forgiving. If we ask for forgiveness with true, clean heart, with Giryazari, He forgives and you start again. Okay, so don't ever think that whatever I've done till today, what about that? Now you start this, when you start coming to this ilm, you start as a clean slate. It's a new beginning, new day, and you start again. The more you learn how to purify yourself. And you delete everything what has happened, whatever you have lost the time. And you make up now, every minute now, you are multiplying. Your bandagi, your ibadat, right now, 1 minute multiplied by a day time, a month time, it's up to you how to earn more. How do you multiply your earnings? You can do that too. So never be guilty. Yes, it is good to be in remorse and have Giryazari, because when you do Giryazari, you become close to Mawla. And you need to have that. But we are very, very fortunate, we are very, very blessed and grateful that Imam has given us, each one of us, the title of Dai. Meaning, we are on the road of elevation. It's just that it is potential title. If any one of us misses the calling, then we are ourselves with free will stopping our progress.
Khalil, the reference of the Lut and Noah was 66, 10 and 11. Whoever is writing.
So when you mentioned about forgiveness, when we ask for forgiveness, Mola blesses us and he will forgive our sins or whatever. But what about if a human being does not forgive us? Like if intentionally or unintentionally we may have hurted a human being and that person does not forgive us, how can we pray about that or do anything about that?
You want to start the lecture?
How do you want to do lecture? Do we have time? Okay.
Or you can answer.
Yeah. Actually, I was talking to Ali earlier, and we were supposed to do 3 kind of sin and 3 kind of forgiveness.
We do it next time.
So can we cover with that?
Yes.
Yeah, it will be beautiful lecture.
So ये वाला lecture भी हमारा.
I will be anxiously waiting.
Yes.
Pray. Do
Yeah.
pray. Okay. Shukr alhamdulillah. Okay. Any more question related to this topic? जी कमर सर.
जैसा आपने बात की अभी फ्री विल की
जी.
और हम खुद अपना लिखकर तकदीर लेकर आते हैं, खुद ही
जी,
लेकर
जी.
आते हैं. तो मैं थोड़ी मोर स्पिरिचुअल सेंस में थोड़ा सा मोर जाहिर से बात कि जब लेकर आते हैं हम खुद अपनी तकदीर और इस दुनिया में आए तो हम खुद चूज करते हैं कि हम किस फैमिली में जाएंगे, किस
Before you come, you choose everything.
एवरीथिंग. तो अगर मैं चूज करूं तो मैं क्यों नहीं चूज करूं कि मैं अच्छे खानदान में, पैसे खानदान में, या कोई जो बच्चा बचपन से ही रोड पे बैठा होता है.
यही तो मैं
तो हाँ
Good question.
ठीक है
so
तो मैंने क्या कहा
why would I choose
ओके तो I'm going to give you a very good example मौला आपा आज अभी इधर हम बैठे हुए हैं फ़ोन की घंटी बजे दूसरी लाइन पे मौला आपा है ओके वो कहें कि सलीम भाई मैं आपको भेजना चाहता हूँ अफगानिस्तान में वहाँ पर आपको एक रोल प्ले करना है और वो ये है कि वहाँ पर कुछ रास्ते पर कुछ बच्चे हैं उनके साथ आपको रह के उनको सिखाना है एंड उनके पास खाना भी नहीं है कुछ भी नहीं है एंड यू नीड टू बी जस्ट लाइक देम सो यू कैन टीच देम आप यू हैव अ ट्रू चॉइस मैं फ्री विल बोला पा मेरे यहाँ पर बीवी बच्चे हैं मेरा इतना अच्छा बिजनेस है मेरा इतना बड़ा हाउस है एयर कंडीशन है मेरी इतनी अच्छी गाड़ी है वाई डू आई वांट टू लीव दैट
और मेरे बच्चे उनको कौन संभालेगा मेरी बीवी है मेरे माँ बाप है उनको कौन कमा के खिलाएगा आई एम रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर देम मौला पापा आई नीड टू हेल्प देम
right or you can say Malaba if that is your command would that make you happy and you leave अब आप वहाँ पर पहुँचते हैं अभी आपका कुछ भी नहीं है जितनी भी चीज़ें I just mentioned you have nothing you are living on a sidewalk you have hardly any food sometimes no food but you are living with those children but in your heart you know you are making Molapa happy because that was his will to follow and you are doing that. Remember जब हाथ ऊपर गया था so Molapa is that your will? Would that make you happy? I'm ready to go. Because we need the examples of those people as well as these people. Somebody needs to play their role. And if that role makes Molapa happy, then that's the role you took. You took that role. And remember हमारे लिए है कि इतनी गुर्बत में रहने की क्या ज़रूरत है In the life of the soul 4 days So let's take another count of ourselves So आज Sunday है God forbid something happens and you will not have any food until Thursday Would that be a big deal? No, it's not going to be a big deal 4 दिन right? Only 4 days Something happens and we cannot have any food for next 4 days. That will not be a big deal. Because we've been eating all our life, we will be eating all our life after that. For these 4 days, we will survive. Remember, this is the life of 4 days in our total life of our soul. तो हमको जो लगता है ना वो ऐसा नहीं है अगर उसकी सोल को आप जाके पूछेंगे उसको ऐसा नहीं होगा क्योंकि वो अपनी मर्जी से उस रोल के अंदर इस दुनिया के अंदर आया है He took that role or she took that role whatever role that is तो आपने जो लिया पैसे वाले का रोल पैसे वाले मुराद है इमाम के साथ रहना We are the rich people spiritually because we are with the imam with this richness comes the responsibility ये फ्री में नहीं मिली है हमको ये रोल जो है हमको फ्री में नहीं मिला है वी हैव टू वर्क हार्ड नॉट ओनली फॉर आवरसेल्फ बट फॉर द एंटायर जमात एंड एंटायर ह्यूमैनिटी एज वी प्रोग्रेस we will learn how to be responsible for your jamaat how to be responsible for the entire ummah and how to be responsible for the entire humanity we will learn all that ये भी लेसन बाकी है अभी ऐसा नहीं समझना कि हम छोटे से एक इंसान है इनसिग्निफिकेंट पर्सन है और हमारे प्लेन जमात में हम रहते हैं डोंट थिंक लाइक दैट यू आर मच 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 मोर देन दैट जी
आई रिमेम्बर सुल्तान बादशाह का एक फरमान है मौला बोलते हैं कि एक शख्स है किस्सा सुनाते हैं कहानी सुनाते हैं कि एक शख्स होता है वो कहता है कि मौला अली का ज़माना है कि या मौला गिव me I want to fight in the war with you give me the opportunity to fight with you he keeps on praying day and night for 40 years for 40 years he keeps on praying one day Imams Maula Ali's companions come and knock at his door and like come it's time to war go for war he said okay I'll go with you And he goes there and Imam, makes him a guest, and then he gives him a house to live in and sends a maid. Why don't you live with her? And then of course he's living life, house खेलना शुरू, घर है, बीवी है. अभी मौला अली कंपेनियन को भेजते हैं कुछ अरसे बाद. Okay, it's time to fight. He said, Mola, I'm busy. I have a wife to take care of, a house to take care of. I don't have time. He tells, I'll come tomorrow. Then he says, okay, it's tomorrow. Come. No, I'll come tomorrow. And he keeps on doing that. And so Mola is trying to explain to us that this is the example of us. We are those ones who willingly asked, Mola, send us so we can fight for you. We all are warriors. Baitul Khalke members, we all are warriors. We said, okay, give us the sword, we want to fight. We are ready. We are trained. And he says, okay, go down. As soon as we came, we had family, children, businesses, house, and that's it. We start playing this doll game, right? Babies jo bacche khelte hain. And we forgot why we came here. And that's why Mola sends tests in our lives. Do you remember? Why did you come? And then we wake up. So when we wake up, we wake up. Some who do not wake up, they don't wake up. So Mola says in Farman, never ask for parak. Don't ask for tests. Ask for mercy. We never want tests. No matter what rank you are, you always ask for mercy. Never think we are strong enough or know enough or whatnot. No. We are always weak human being, full of humility, needing His mercy no matter what. Because we cannot bear His tests. That's going somewhere else. Coming to class for knowledge, it is so hard to take our time. Look at his example. He said he went to work early in the morning. At 12, he closed the store, came home at 1 o'clock, and then he's in Jamaat Khana. It is such a hard situation to be able to take out time to even attend classes. So time and knowledge ka nazrana. This is your nazrana, to be in the class. So it is so hard to do that, and it is a test. So in Sunday class, I remember the way we started, we had all very many different members. You know how many stayed after Sunday class? I only see 2 people here. Sunday morning classes when we started at the beginning, I only see 2 people here. And they're all different faces. There are more who joined in. But what I'm trying to relate to his point that time and knowledge ka nazrana, even today to seek knowledge, it is so hard. How do I take out my time? But thank you for your help. I rely on you looking for references. I'm like, thank you.